something like this wanted to happen, and I was just the guy who was willing to cooperate with it. I don't really, technically I own it, but realistically I'm just the steward of something that wanted to be midwifed into existence and wants to stand on its own legs and have its own life. And it was my job to give it the life and then set it free. And so that's kind of what brings us here today of, I've been cooperating with this thing that is called this retreat center. And it's probably good for you guys to know that this retreat center is a conscious entity. It's got a will of its own. It's got an agenda of its own. The reason it feels good and works for people is because mostly I get the fuck out of the way and try and do what it wants to do, and obey, really. I had a theology degree coming out of college and I wanted to become a monk, and that didn't work out for a whole bunch of reasons. And now I sit in this place where I realize that I have kind of brought the monastery out to here into the world a little bit, and been able to combine all of these beautiful things that happen in these holy places that traditionally are monasteries and whatnot, and being able to bring it into what happens here. And so it's neat because when folks come out and do their work, and forgive my language, but when they puke on my land and when they shit in my toilets and when they leave their trauma here, it makes this place holy. It's a curious thing to hear myself saying these kinds of things, because in my previous lifetimes, I was the kind of guy who was making fun of people who would say shit like this. And now, in my humility, here I sit like, oh, but now I say with a straight face, yeah, this has been going on here for a long time. It's got something to do with the convergence of the waters and the things that we sit underneath. Growing up, I came through the world of conservative Catholicism, and when I was going through college, I got my theology degree, and that was when I was going to want to be a monk, and that's where I first got the idea that there's these holy places around this world, all these monasteries where people have been doing this spiritual work for centuries, and over the centuries, this space that they've been doing it in gets a certain kind of an energy around it. And because people have left and done their work and left their traumas there and gotten closer with their gods, it is palpably different, ceremony by ceremony by ceremony, especially when vets come through and do some of the hardcore stuff that they do. That vibe just gets sweeter and sweeter and sweeter here.
Yeah, so the people, and specifically the veterans that come through, they've really suppressed their emotions. They've seen things and they've done things that have been just horrendous, and they've had to walk through life with that, and they've just, when they're shutting off their emotional responses, they're shutting off the bad and the good. And
so to have a repressed emotion is something that the psyche witnesses that it can't handle, that is out of the normal day-to-day. And it's not to say you faint and you pass out, can't handle, it's that your psyche doesn't know what to do with it, how to process it. To see something incredibly graphic or something that goes outside of the cultural norms, or something just intensely such as loss of life and the way humans have to treat other humans in war, that whole, whatever the situation, the IED exploding, these things get locked into the psyche, and life has to go on. It's life or death, and so there's some kind of psychological mechanism of pushing that bullshit down, because the next moment is still life or death, and the next moment, and so there's no grieving, there's no, it's push it down, do or die, push it down, do or die. And the skills, whatever that is in the psyche of push it down, keep it down, you think of emotions as like a spring, and they need to be unwound.
We work to just peel back those layers so that they can be in tune with their true nature and with their self again. And it's so beautiful to see see someone, many times they come to me and they're just bent forward, shoulders down. They can't even look me in the eye, just this gray cloud of energy over them. And you see each day it being lifted and it being released. And to see someone come in with such despair and darkness, and then to walk out with a new lease on life, it's the most special gift that I could ever imagine offering or sharing with someone. And so that's the work that we do here. We help people to reconnect with their own heart, with their own nature, so that they can go back into their lives and love their families the way that they want to. And so they can express to their families, they can just be alive again.
When you cut off emotions, you cut them all off. You don't cut off just the bad. You cut off the sensitivity to the good. And that sensitivity, as you open it back up, the bad wants to come out. And so there, Bufo and ceremonies like this are perfect for that, because it gives you that 4 or 5 hour the first day, and then the next day, the Bufo being different from the emotions, it goes so much further, so much deeper, so much faster.
Yeah. Why does the land feel as good as it does? Why do people have the experiences that they do? Because you guys show up and you do your work, and you're willing to give back to Caesar what is Caesar's, right? All this trauma, all these hard things, that's giving it back. And the land wants it, and the land thrives off of this thing. It does actually thrive off of hard processes, and thrives off of what we leave here behind. And I see it, I live with it. It's tough to explain sometimes, but it's a real deal.
This work is so deep, and it's important as you're coming into this that you feel safe with your surroundings, safe with your environment, safe with the other people who are there. So we spend the first day really creating those connections and those bonds. The first day is a day of preparation. It's a day of preparing the body and the mind to receive the blessings of the medicine and to receive the blessings of the experience. People are coming in with a lot of depression and anxiety and traumas, and so the first day we're just really trying to get you in the right space to go deep with the other medicines. The second day is a deep dive with psilocybin. We do a heroic dose of psilocybin, anywhere from 5 to 10 grams. And this is really curated in a very specific way. You go into this journey with your eyes covered and with your ears, with curated sound, with headphones. So we cover the eyes and the ears so that you're not having outside stimuli to pull from. It's an inward journey into your own heart, into the depths of your own being. And the third day is the full reset. It's the Bufo experience. And Bufo is the most powerful and theogenic medicine on the planet. And this medicine causes a complete ego death. It's a death and a rebirth. And so for many people, it's the first time of truly meeting themselves.
Fantastic. I don't know if what I went through will translate to that camera, but fuck, bro. A buddy of mine that I traveled the world with, partying and just having a good time, and he hit me up and said, "Hey, you want to go do a psychedelics retreat?" And my ignorance said, "Yes, let's go party, man." And the more I dug into it and read up on it and educated myself, I learned that this was a true healing experience, and making space for yourself and just trying to relieve the stresses that beat you up, that you beat yourself up with in your head, that are just real and made up, and you just dwell on it.
It's not an easy task. It's like people from the outside looking in may think, oh, well, this is, it's a party, or it's a go feel good. It's not. It's a ton of work. It's so much work just to even show up.
once I got to the retreat 2 years ago, I really faced a lot of my demons and head on, and then just had a really enlightening experience. And then over the last 2 years, I did a little bit of the work. It connected, but it didn't connect. I was like almost there. And then I decided that I really needed to come back and revisit this space and see what more I could pull out of myself and build myself up with.
Why am I here 6 months after I did it before, right? I came down here the first time because I was at that point and I had some just beyond serious family stuff that was just dragging me to my grave for a long, long time. And I was able to come down and reset myself, and I was amazing. And then 2 months after, a family member died. My brother died, which was one of the reasons why I was down here. Not because I miss him, but because we had just the most tumultuous experience as children as we could have. We didn't get along, didn't like each other. And I was able to get those demons out of me. After he passed, I kind of got sucked into some family stuff, but I really wanted to help one of my family members through that process, my dad. And he kind of needed my shoulder. So I kind of stopped focusing and caring about myself, which is why I originally came down here.
I don't have combat experience, so I don't have the PTSD that a lot of combat vets experience and that they're here for. But I had childhood trauma from, I was foster child and then adopted into a volatile family environment with mental and physical abuse and abandonment. And I've dwelled on that. I'm 51 years old, and I've dwelled on that since I was able to comprehend it.
Deep breath in and exhale. Deep inhale and exhale.
I felt it calling me the last 2 years. I just didn't commit to it. I let the outside world kind of add its pressures and, oh, I'm traveling, I'm doing this, I don't have time for it, whatever. And finally, in the last 6 months, I started to go into another dark spot after a breakup where I finally opened my heart to someone and it just didn't work out. And it was really hard on me to see that not be a successful relationship. It still is, but instead of staying in the dark place, I remembered the healing that I received, the acknowledgement of myself and making space for myself, the importance of that. And so I called, Whitney and got on her schedule for another retreat. And here I am. And I know I'm at the right place at the right time.
Remember, when all the arms are in. That's it. Nice job. Arms in. Good job.
Breathe.
If I had to
That's the way to do it.
talk about the efficacy of, why is it that people do this, or how these plant medicines can benefit people. As a therapist, we talk about processing emotions. The first stage, you have to feel the emotion. And most of the stuff that bothers us is so deeply buried, we're not even aware it's there. And so when you go into these plant medicine ceremonies, especially the tryptamine ones, and if they're high doses, that hero's dose, that 5 grams and up, that I'm generalizing, but that come up part can be that anxiety and all that. It feels like the medicine goes right to the constriction. You don't have to look for what's shoved down. It seems to have a way to rip the lid of suppression off, and the emotions can be felt. And when they're felt, they can be processed.
Just sitting here in a state of gratitude for this moment, for this experience, for all the beautiful beings that you're surrounded with here. Just inhaling the fragrant aroma of this cacao. We'll lift it up to the sky. So we say a prayer of gratitude. Thank you for bringing us together. Thank you for the deep healing. And we'll lower it to the ground. We'll say a special prayer of thank you to Mother Earth, to Mama Gaia, for providing such abundance, such a beauty. Now let's raise this cacao to our mouths now.
And the beautiful thing about plant medicines, if you look online, you could type in like mushroom brain scan and hit images on any web browser, and you'll see this famous graph with these 2 colorful spheres, and it shows an amount of lines with the normal neural connections, and then it'll show 50 times that amount of neural connections under the 5 gram dose. What that's showing, and scientifically what they're able to measure, is that all these different regions of the brain are talking to each other that never talk to each other. And so when you figure something out, when some childhood trauma comes up, or some different points of view, or just mindset changes, it's as if it's happening. It's like the experiential part of the brain is lit up too. They're not just conceptual thought. Oh, I'm a child of God. They're like, oh, not like a thought that's to imply, that's to generate an emotion. It's like a realization happens. And then those same cheesy words will fit over it. Oh, we're all one or something. But the experience is massive, and there's no label that can just encompass the experience.
Thanking for no reason. Thank you. Breathing in through the nose. Thank you. Thank you for this breath. Thank you for this oxygen. Thank you for this life. Breathing out through the mouth. Here's my blessing. Here's my breath. Here's my healing. Now meditation. It's very simple. We're going to get deeper. So take this moment of complete rest with the cacao, the mushrooms, and the breathing. You might be feeling something a little bit different. This is good. This is what we're saying quietly to yourself. Thank you. Good, that feels good. Deep breath in. We're all here for a reason.
We they go in with an intention that, oh, I want to work on this, I want to work on that, and then suddenly this huge thing we've been trying to avoid just is right in your face, making you cry and making and it's just going everywhere. And I think, back when I was younger, we used to call those bad trips. And I'm a believer in Stan Groff's assessment. There's really no bad trips. There's just heavy shit that needs to be dealt with. The worse the trip, the better the results. Usually, I'm generalizing. But man, when you go dig deep and you cry it out and you hurt, it is so cathartic. And that's where we see these amazing results, like the phase 2 clinical trials from Johns Hopkins with 78% of non-treatable depression in the cohort. 78% at 6 months out are reporting 0 symptoms of depression. That's almost 8 out of 10 people, 1 dose.
When you go in with your psilocybin experience, that's your day of, most of the time you're facing your demons, you're really focusing on what bothers you in the world, in your past, in your future, what's in your head. And last time I hid behind the mask. They give you a mask so that your senses are really in your head. You're not opening your eyes, trying to focus on the rest of the world. You're just on yourself. And yesterday I decided to remove the mask. And when I went outside and sat with the world, it was a very enlightening experience. I really realized that I was one with the world, and that the world was not after me, and that I could heal myself and others.
Man, if this doesn't inspire you to take a journey.
The tryptamine type, the mushrooms, the ayahuasca, those tend to be my favorite for people that have repressed emotions, because sitting for 4 to 6 or 8 hours in the medicine can be very cathartic, can give it time to come up, okay, especially if you're doing booster doses. So these things can take time to relive and to go through all the angles that you need to go through and all the perspectives of the situation that you need to go through to make peace, because you'll relive it. It'll come up as its same old self, but somehow we find our way to a spot of agreement or acceptance with it.
Well, I mean, if it keeps coming up, it means something you still have to go through.
It's with him. Mm-hmm. It's my dad. It's me and my dad go through pain. Like, he doesn't need fucking that shit. I was like, yeah, be truly joyful, happy. Want my kids to see me healthy and happy. My kids, like more of my kids, mm-hmm. and like spend more time with my kids. My son's showing them what I need to be there for. It's just crazy. It's insane. That guy's suffering. You can feel it.
Why are you sitting right here? This is where my journey started yesterday. When I decided to take off the mask, I left the ceremony room and almost stripped down naked. I was in my skivvies, and I wanted to ground. I wanted to be part of Earth. I wanted to face the world. And I sat here for a couple hours yesterday, and I literally connected on an intimate level spiritually with the flowers, the trees, every grain of dirt, bark, insects, birds, every living being that was here. I thanked them individually. Blades of grass, like, this is where I had my true enlightening, was here. That's not even today, the bufo that we're gonna do here in an hour or so.
You excited?
Excitement's not even a word that I can, that's not even the right word.
I could talk all day about the experience in bufo, and depending on the depth that you're able to hit, depending on what you're able to stay conscious through and how large the dose is, usually not just the first time in an average dose, but you can go all the way. You can go so far that there's nothing in this world that can prepare you for the experience of bufo. It can open you up to the deepest part of you that you don't know existed. The most profound moment in my life has been a Bufo experience. 55 years of living and doing all kinds of crazy stuff. I am stepped outside of time and space, and once you know it, instantaneously you know it. And if you ever have any issues about the what's with the afterlife or what's with consciousness, all this theoretical stuff, Bufo gives you access to the mystery. You can die before you die and return back to life. You can literally feel the ego stop, and you will feel, I like to say my large blast off Bufo experience was it fits perfect over Savakapa Samadhi. It's a Samadhi. It completely dissolved. There was no Chris to be found, and that is hard to put into words. I was one with everything, and everything was one, and there was no birth. I've never been born. I've never died. I instantly knew all that. Not logical reasoning, but instantaneous being. It was there. You get a glimpse of it. You take enough, it unlocks those doors. You get there, and it's quite destabilizing. That hit feels. It may sound a little woo-woo, but like you intuitively know this. You've died many times before, and as it feels like as the soul's separating the body, there's a bit of a, oh shit, no matter how much anybody wants to prepare you for it, it cannot be prepared for, because it's I'll sometimes say it's the first non-experience I've ever had, because whatever consciousness is, awareness was there, but no part of me was.
It was almost like somebody took my head off and just took a picture of love and just poured it inside of me all at one time. And the compassion for others, the compassion for myself. I left on above cloud 9.
He ran through everything, all this beautiful, wonderful stuff that happened in his life, and I was like, I felt terrible afterwards, but I just was so negative about it.
When you explain to non-believers what you've experienced, or people that are just, ignorant to the experience or haven't experienced it themselves, or don't understand plant medicine, haven't ever been around it, it doesn't really click for them. They don't really understand.
His story was so bizarre. Like, it didn't make any sense to me. Like, the things he was telling me I was like, you're crazy. Yeah, like, that is the craziest thing I've ever heard. But something inside of me was telling me I needed it.
Like, they see your change, and you are the example now.
He didn't have to say anything. I could see it. And I was like, something's different. And he's talking like all kind of like crazy, like hieroglyphs and celestial bodies, and just this, you can't make it up. It's like the craziest sci-fi film ever. And
then when you come to a retreat like this and you experience true healing, that's when the light bulb clicks and you understand and you let go and you start to appreciate and show more gratitude, and you're able to receive love and give love. Scared is the biggest understatement of the century. Like, nervous, scared, super anxious. I'm not an anxious person. I'm all on black. Let's go. Checkers or records. Let's get it. And it was, I was so nervous because it was something that I had to release control, and I just had to trust the process. But they, Whitney welcomed me with open arms, and my boss was there to support me, and I'm super grateful. Yeah, it was, at that point, 49 years of anguish, and like you said, in basically 2 days, but in 25 minutes, where I didn't have the love, didn't feel the love from the outside, I suddenly felt the love inside of me.
I'm here to hold you, to love you, to allow you to fully express anything that wants to come through. That's all I ask, is just don't fully come back. When you feel that one side of the medicine, allow yourself to fully open, fully surrender and let go. because you're going into the experience. If you can need to guide yourself, if you feel any resistance, which you possibly won't, but just guide yourself to completely surrender, completely let go. Let go, let go, let go. Let that be your mantra. Do you have any specific intentions or words you want to speak before we begin?
My intentions for this whole retreat were just to feel love, be loved, and accept love.
Without any words, just the power of your love, your intention, your gratitude. Just pour it into this medicine just for a short moment and hand it back. Circle all that up. Listen for my cues. I'll let you know when to tell everything now. Everything out. Ready. Good job. Inhale, 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 inhale. Swallow and continue if you can. Here you go. Inhale, inhale, and hold, 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 hold.
I love you too. Like, I don't even think she's like in the room, but she like came in me and like read me and said, no, we're gonna knock this out. We're gonna take that, just let it go. Like you were, oh fuck. camera, but fuck, bro. All day for you, bro.
Oh man, I'm so proud of you. It's fantastic.
Cameraman John gets one too, brother. Oh, that's beautiful.
So we're down here to show people that there is an option and there is a reset in life if you've hit way too many brick walls and you don't have any support and you feel alone and you're just going down that rabbit hole of life and it's been too much. I never in my entire life thought that there would be an experience that I could come down and actually have a physical, mental, soul, heart-wise, mind-body reset. And that's why we're down here, so that we can show hopefully as many people that can see this, as many veterans as that can see this, that there's a different option.
Allow yourself to express, allow yourself to cry, allow yourself to shout whatever's coming out. Or if you're just, you might just go right into your bliss state. You ready? Inhale. Good. Inhale. Swallow and continue when you need to. Say good and hold.
Never been more in love in my entire life. And I can fucking die right now. I have never been more at peace in my life. I love my son. I will fucking take a bullet. Peace. And I am safe. For the first time in my life, and I have son two people, and I will never let what happened to me fucking die at peace, and I'm safe because the people around me love me, and I did not deserve to be.
Love you, man. Oh, fantastic. Okay. I love you too, buddy. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely, brother. Yeah, absolutely.
We're doing this stuff to show you that it's not just one person, it's not just two. This has healed people that have come, civilians and veterans that have come from all over the country. People that have suffered childhood trauma, sexual trauma, deaths, children's deaths, deaths of a loved one, the most worst things that you can experience, war, and everyone comes out of here with a smile. I never thought in my life, after going through all the shit that I went through, that I would physically feel like a new human being for the first time at the age of 44.
It's real. It's not snake oil. It's 100% real, but you have to do the work. After you go through the experience, you have to take all the things that you learned about yourself and implement them. You have to, it's a blank canvas. Who do you want to be? Set your intentions and go be it. You know, everybody just wants love. Start there, you know?
And the integration work is so important because yes, you can have a massively altered state, but that loosens up everything in the brain and the psyche to start work on turning that into an altered trait through really establishing the new insights, establishing the new habits, and it's usually married together with some really skillful things like mindfulness practice, either meditation or during the day mindfulness practices, and exercise and diet and communication, connection, those kind of things. And so we have to work on that because, you know, even though we can come in to ceremony and we can pull it up and we can have a great cathartic experience, see a new way out, make peace with our enemy, make peace with the thing that we were suppressing. But when we get out, we go back to the same job, the same friends, all these same psychological cues or triggers, we would call them in psychology, and they can wear you down. Just the easiest way of saying it.
Your integration's key. You know, without that and without the community, you're gonna backslide.
The work doesn't end when, after you go through ceremony. This isn't a magic pill, but what it does do is it allows you the opportunity to really sit there and see yourself in a different light, and to truly love yourself and see the worth that you have. And then it causes that person to want to make differences, to want to make the changes in their life. And so therefore they walk forward in a different way with a new lease on life, a new perspective, and the ability to truly make the changes in their life that they want to.